Welcome to the Sustainable CT Actions and Impact Preview for the marvelous month of March 2026. Brought to you in part by our good friends at the Connecticut Green Bank. Remember, the Connecticut Green Bank confronts climate change by increasing and accelerating investment into Connecticut's green economy to create more resilient, healthier, and equitable communities. And we are oh so glad they do. Visit them at ctgreenbank.com. Join the Connecticut Compost Alliance on March 19th at Wesleyan University in Middletown for a full-day conference dedicated to compost, soil health, and climate resilience. The Connecticut Compost Conference brings together composters, farmers, educators, municipal leaders, policymakers, and sustainability advocates. Speakers from Connecticut and across the country will share innovative ideas and practical approaches to composting, soil health, and resilient systems. The conference is free, yes, free for all to attend, and it's made possible in part by a matching grant from, you guessed it, Sustainable CT. In Elements this month for the next Sustainable CT Coffee Hour, the Connecticut Urban Forest Network will join us to discuss their work as a collaborative multi-year grant-funded project supported by the Nature Conservancy, which runs through 2028. Through a series of interconnected urban forestry initiatives, they intend to connect communities, local governments, and professionals engaged in urban forestry and related fields to accelerate shared learning, foster an expanded network of volunteers, supporters, and advocates, and to amplify the diverse work being led by communities. By deepening an urban forest network in Connecticut, more trees will be planted and stewarded, ultimately mitigating extreme heat and improving human health. Do plan to join us for a tremendous coffee hour on March 19th. Remember, you can join Sustainable CT for virtual, informal discussions most third Thursdays of each month. We share program updates and resources, explore your questions, and strengthen the network of Sustainable CT champions. Yes, we do. These sessions are free and open to all. For your edification, your enlightenment, and your entertainment too, it's The Impact, a Sustainable CT podcast. This month, we get on the right path of resilience with our good friend Adam Welshel. Dr. Adam Welshel, who has spent the better part of the last 2 decades at the Nature Conservancy and is currently serving as Director of Science at TNC's Connecticut chapter. Adam has been a faithful partner of Sustainable CT since we administered our very first certification process in 2018, providing community resilience workshops to Sustainable CT registered towns seeking to gain certification points under Action 5.4, Assess Climate Vulnerability. We and municipalities all across Connecticut are the beneficiaries of his commitment. Join us to hear how and why he does what he does. This month's episode of The Impact will be available on, why yes, the Ides of March, Brutus, March 15th at sustainablecT.org and wherever you get your podcasts. In the Community Match Fund this month, we're featuring SOS Trees 2026. That's Save Our Shade, SOS. See what they did there? Look, a strong and healthy tree canopy cleans the air we breathe, reduces stormwater runoff, intakes carbon, cools summer air, buffers wind and noise, and increases property values. SOS Trees is saving and expanding the tree canopy all over Old Saybrook. They've given away 156 trees since 2023, and this year they have a goal of distributing 200 trees. Yowza. Come on, throw them some shade. Spring may be slow in coming this year, but our Spring Virtual Equity Training Series is right on time. It's a free, practical, action-focused learning experience designed to help municipal leaders move from equity concepts to confident application in real time. Participants will work with scenario-based coaching and peer learning using real challenges from their communities such as budgeting trade-offs, policy revisions, resident engagement, tension, and team dynamics. Session 1 runs from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on March 11th. Sessions 2 and 3 run from 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. on March 25th and April 8th. Sign up today at whereelse.sustainablecT.org. Sustainable CT and Actions and Impact, this very newsletter, and me speaking to you right now. It's all made possible in part by the Community Foundation of Eastern Connecticut. That's right. The Community Foundation of Eastern Connecticut brings people together to work for a healthy, thriving, and sustainable Eastern Connecticut, and that's a very good thing. Visit them at cfect.org. Remember, we can't do what we do without you. We don't have a magical unicorn rainbow money tree, no sir, but you can be a Sustainable CT sponsor. To find out how, at sustainablecT.org, you'll be glad you did. In conveyances this month, the Connecticut Wildlife Action Plan is approved. Yes, it is. When we recently spoke with Brian Hess on The Impact, he told us that approval of the 2025 Wildlife Action Plan was in process. The Connecticut Department of Energy and Environmental Protection Wildlife Division submitted the draft of the 2025 Wildlife Action Plan to the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service for review in late September of last year, and the plan is now truly, officially, completely approved. The approved version of the plan is available for download at the Connecticut Wildlife Action Plan website. Bravo, Brian. The Pace University Land Use Law Center has created a climate-resilient development framework law tool for local governments to use when searching for innovative mechanisms to implement in their communities to mitigate and adapt to the effects of climate change. Check that out. We have our buddy and erstwhile Sustainable CT fellow John Henry Burke to thank for this news item. Well done, John Henry. Austin Mermina writes in the CT Post that state officials are temporarily allowing towns and cities to dump snow in certain waters due to the extraordinary winter conditions sweeping across Connecticut, including a blizzard. You recall, normally municipalities are advised to place snow removed from roads and parking lots in upland areas to prevent pollutants, such as road salt, dirt, and pet waste, from entering waterways and harming wildlife. Austin Mermina gets around because he also writes in CT Insider that Governor Ned Lamont has proposed streamlining the permitting process for homeowners interested in going solar, aiming to eliminate some of the bureaucratic hurdles that hamper projects or turn applicants away. Find out what you need to know about installing rooftop solar in Connecticut. And also from Austin Mermina in CT Insider, Connecticut lawmakers are considering a bill that would create a climate superfund program requiring major fossil fuel companies to help pay for the cost of adapting to climate change. Well, wouldn't that be special? Somebody should give Austin Mermina a raise. And the Connecticut Green Bank and Lynch Toyota in Manchester announced the completion of a solar carport installation at the dealership financed through CPACE. The 291.1 kilowatt solar carport, installed by Earthlight Technologies in Ellington, is projected to save more than $968,000 over its lifetime. Nice. In our chronology section, where time waits for snowman, yes, our spring certification deadline is just around the icy corner, April 14th. We always encourage municipalities to submit their applications before the deadline. And remember, we are here to help. If you have questions, problems, concerns, or you're just looking for a little guidance on your way to achieving certification or climate leader designation, please do reach out to us at info@sustainablect.org. Good things happen in the spring. Yes, they do. The Connecticut Age Well Collaborative, in partnership with the Housing Collective, will co-host the very first East Coast screening of No Place to Grow Old, an award-winning documentary capturing the growing crisis that is unfolding across America of older adults aging into homelessness. This is a free, in-person event, Tuesday, March 10th, 15 Vernon Street in Hartford. The Interreligious Eco Justice Network will host a webinar on geothermal energy, Grounded in the Light, Geothermal for Connecticut Houses of Worship. Amen to that. The webinar will feature the stories of two churches that have installed geothermal: Round Hill Community Church in Connecticut and Wellesley Village Church in Massachusetts. Online, March 17th, 7 to 8:30 p.m. Connecticut's three leading organizations in arboriculture and urban forestry, in partnership with the Connecticut College Arboretum, will co-host a one-day conference at Connecticut College in New London. Join the Connecticut Tree Protective Association, the Tree Wardens Association of Connecticut, and the Connecticut Urban Forest Council on March 18, 2026. Presentations will be of interest to urban foresters, arborists, tree wardens, community volunteers and advocates, tree enthusiasts, landscape architects, nursery professionals, students, city planners, and engineers. This is a paid in-person event, folks. The Old Saybrook Conservation Commission is hosting its second environmental fair on Saturday, March 28th, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Vicki G. Duffy Pavilion, 155 College Street in Old Saybrook. Attendees can learn how to turn their interests and concerns about the environment into active engagement. We like that. Join the Urban Forest Network, not to be confused with the Urban Forest Council, for the Urban and Community Peer Learning Exchange for the MetroCog region, supported by the Nature Conservancy, MetroCog, and partners like us. This event is an interactive opportunity to advance urban and community forestry initiatives for the health and well-being of Connecticut residents. An in-person event, March 31st, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., the Burroughs Community Center, 2470 Fairfield Avenue, Bridgeport. You know him, you love him. Bill McKibben, author, activist, educator, founder of 350.org and Third Act, will be speaking as part of UConn's Edwin Way Teal Lecture Series, Nature and the Environment, on Thursday, April 2nd at 4 p.m. at the UConn Student Union Theater. This in-person lecture is free and no registration is required. How about that? Sustainable Southbury is pleased to announce its first ever scholarship to be awarded for the 2026-27 school year. This scholarship is open to Southbury residents planning to pursue further education in conservation, environmental studies, sustainability, recycling, agriculture, farming, forestry, clean energy, technology, nature resource management, or urban planning. The deadline for the completed application is April 10th, 2026. And we have a last word or two to say about the Connecticut Forum. Sustainable CT will be joining the Connecticut Forum for the Future of the Environment event because, the future is coming for all of us. Yes, it is. On March 12th, Connecticut Forum is hosting a high-profile conversation on the most essential challenge of our time, safeguarding the planet. This sold-out event will feature Michael Reagan, Bill McKibben, and Elizabeth Colbert discussing the role of policy in driving sustainability, the power of grassroots activism and engagement, and the role of systems and industry to lead toward a sustainable and just future. And Sustainable CT has organized a showcase of exhibitors for the occasion, and we'll be joined by a whole bunch of great people: DEEP, Connecticut Green Bank, the League of Conservation Voters, and so many more, I tell you, to highlight actions we can take to support a healthy environmental future. If you missed getting tickets to this sold-out event, don't despair. Watch this space for follow-up reporting and news about an encore action event coming in April. And you can read all about it in this month's exciting edition of Actions and Impact, the official Sustainable CT newsletter. Accept no substitutes. Do yourself a favor and subscribe. And you can do that where we never beware the Ides of March at sustainableCT.org.